would also want to engage in a conversation with you where we are also looking at from a employee's perspective or a just an engineer's perspective. Okay.
It's nice you coined a word. I think it's like a lot of people might have tried coining the word.
Yeah.
बहुत सारे लोगों ने अलग-अलग terms निकाले होंगे.
Vibe coding.
But then this one just stuck.
Yeah.
So it works. It sounds very nice. So like I'm all for that word.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So by the end of this podcast, right, the goal of this podcast is for our viewers to know everything they need to do to make sure they're relevant, make sure they're not just relevant, they're also thriving, going ahead, right? And for the viewers that are watching this, right, anything that we say, these are just our opinions. So take everything with a grain of salt. Do your own research. Go ahead and talk to other people, not just us. This is just we are just people, two people with a mic. That's what we're doing. So again, go ahead, do your own research. Don't just go ahead, write shit in the comment section. वो सब मत खुद का research करो.
करने दो ना उनको. Do it यार.
नहीं करो भी तो
I enjoy reading your comments. Do it.
Yeah, comments लिखो but
comments में.
It just looks like you guys are stupid. You are way behind.
नहीं करने दो उनको. I love it. चलो आ जाओ.
Yeah, so Ritu, let's dive into it. Personally, I'm not a coder, so I don't know what has been happening with coding, AI coding, Vibe coding, whatever.
Yeah.
But I have been using ChatGPT as a brainstorming partner, as someone, as to generate texts for copy or whatever, right? Different situations. Nobody expected that AI will be good enough to write code.
But I'll tell you that is one of the most reasonable things you can say. You know why? Because coding is very logical. And machines are very good with logic.
Okay.
समझ रहे हो ना? तो the creativity part, there's why there's a first distinction
so
is like...
that's my first question then. Like, how is Vibe coding different from, let's say, traditional coding or regular coding?
Well, it comes down to like, have you heard of this? I think it was, I don't know कब का था ये, but that was NVIDIA का CEO. Jensen Huang, he said something on stage, something like, in the future is where people will code, but not the traditional way, but they will basically, the coding will become instructing an AI and the AI will write code for you. So people will be able to get, and that is the future we are headed towards, and it's like it is already here.
Right.
It's already here. And I think that when you say coding, no?
Yeah.
I think that coding is like one of the areas, at least the tedious bits, those are the areas which I think would have been automated the first, just because coding is logical and computers are very good with logic. Like to the extent that we might not be as good as, like they've already beat us in logic. No, so the coding makes sense. It totally makes sense that they're good at coding in that regard.
Yeah, but then how do you differentiate between, let's say, the process for traditional coding versus coding with Vibe? Not coding with Vibe, coding with AI. Sorry.
Yeah. So I would, and again, me being like a person who develops software, I think I can make a distinction between where Vibe coding works and where it doesn't work. For example, I would love to Vibe code certain particular portions of AirVault, but I just cannot do it. Like I can Vibe code particular sections, like small individual sections, but the vast majority of the program, I cannot do it just because it is so unique or so different